pretty chilly out here this morning. Despite the snow or the sun being out, I always say that I'm not a big fan of sunny winter days because it's normally really misleading. But I don't know, it's one of the coldest days of the year so far. And whatever storm and all that is going to be happening is, you know, getting right down into the southern states, and they're all panicking. But we're kind of prepared for that up here, even though I hate it. Yeah, it's just like, you can tell just by stepping on the snow. You know that means it's pretty damn cold out. So let's jump back in the car and we'll get this video started.
Wowza is back at full basics. 1.74 to 1.89 liters still beverages.
Yeah, just standing out there, I gotta turn the heat up. Whew. So I got the heated vest with me today, even though the battery's dead and at home. So it's just a normal vest right now. And I got my, it's down there somewhere, my Dickies jacket with me too. Normally, when I come out, I normally just have this on with the vest, but it's just too cold for that today. Even just being out there for that short amount of time, you feel your nostrils kind of freezing up. I don't really want to have the heat cranked the whole time, so it just shows up in the background as nothing but noise, but I can't help it. Nice temperature in the car right now, that's what it's showing, minus 25 Celsius. If I zoom in more, it'll unfocus. I think that's around minus 13 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's no joke today. But we're still gonna see if we can catch some trains and all that. There is a trip that I wouldn't mind making up to the, the Waterloo Regional Airport, because I was going out to my dad's a couple weekends ago, and as I was driving down, I think it's Fountain Street, I looked off to the side where the planes come in to the runway, and I seen one coming like straight for me, and I thought to myself that would be a pretty cool picture, pretty cool shot. I didn't have anything on me, and so I couldn't get any footage of it, and I didn't get any footage of it. I had no way, so I think that would be a cool trip to make. I'd say maybe today, but I doubt it. But you never know what'll happen. Well, Via just flew by. I had no idea it was coming. I was just sitting here looking at the phone and seeing what my buddies down in Texas got to say about it. Minus 9 down there, at least in the area where they do the check-in that I'm always talking about. Minus 9 Celsius, and apparently it feels like minus 19 Celsius, so that's definitely stuff they're not used to. But yeah, this Via just flew by. Not the biggest deal, it's only a Via, I don't really care. But I sometimes like to add them in just so it's not constant footage of me just talking. So this morning I went to go turn the radio on, and when I did, I'm in the 10-meter handband right now. The orange showed up first, like the orange backlight, but all of this text, it just slowly appeared. And then I turned it up. I couldn't hear anything coming out of it, and I didn't see the signal meter doing anything. So I thought, oh great, radio is frozen. So I just kept on driving and just waited. I looked down and I seen the signal meter jumping up and down. And at this point I was still on 27,385. And so I turned it up, heard some static, and I was like, okay, good. Things are normal. But then I come up here to the 10-meter handband, and band is definitely open. At first there you heard some, I think those are beacons. And then I brought you up to, you can hear FT8. So, we're gonna take a trip up a little bit further. Let's see, here are some stations out there. Not much, I guess. So, all the digi modes are busy, but there's no actual over-the-air or voice communications that I can hear, at least. But I got another story for you. A couple weeks back, I think it was actually my first week back to work after Christmas holidays. And that first week back was interesting because there was the one day that I pulled into a gas station and I drove straight into a crater that I did not see there. And it ended up putting a big dent in my one rim, my back passenger or back driver's rim. So that was nice. Well, actually, it wasn't the biggest dent, but it was noticeable. And my rims are kind of rusty and not in the greatest shape anyways, so just another thing. But then I was driving to work the one morning going down King George Road, and they're doing these condos in this construction in the one section between Tollgate Road and I don't even know the other one. But I hit a massive pothole there, just massive. And I got footage of all this. And that sucker bent my front passenger rim. And I'll tell you, I was not happy.
Holy fuck, man!
As you will probably be able to tell in the footage that I'm... So, right there, where that big dent is, right next to a weight, and it's right above the valve stem. But, as you can tell, my rims aren't the greatest anyways. Yeah, there'd be definitely no walking down the trail today. It is fucking cold out there. But, as you can tell, my rims aren't the greatest. It's kind of my own fault, the way I store them in the summertime while they're not on the car. So I ended up getting 2 new rims. Haven't put them on yet because, in all honesty, I'm just kind of waiting for better time to do it because just been busy. That's why I haven't really filmed anything in a couple of weeks. So I just plan on, when it comes time, I'm just gonna do it. And it's to, knock on wood, it's not a big deal. I can still drive with that. There's a bit of a vibration because now the weight is, or the balance is thrown off. But we can live with it. Live with it until at least the time that I go and do it. And, maybe it's just, it's better because the 2 rims that need to be replaced now are the 2 worst ones that I have. And I learned my lesson, and I'm going to store them properly now instead of just throwing them into a corner and being like, whatever, I'll deal with that next year. Because I always say that, deal with it next year and next year and next year, and it never happens. So, yeah. Hopefully we get more trains because, I don't know, I like this spot, but ever since I've started coming here, there hasn't been much activity. I don't know if it's the times that I decide to come out pretty early, so I don't know. So I got a bunch to check, although I don't think this one's checkable yet. I got a Lotto Max, Lotto 649, Daily Grand, and Lotterio. Now you might be thinking, holy fuck, he's really gotten into this gambling. But no, the reason I have this many, I mean, minus the Lotto Max, I bought that last night, which I normally do. The reason I have all 3 of these though, is because previous tickets I had, I ended up winning 14 bucks, which is awesome because it never happens. So I decided to go back and say to myself, you know, we're going to turn this 14 bucks into more. So let's see what happens. I know that this one went last night, but like I said, I don't think the Lotterio goes until tomorrow. So the first and obvious one to check is Lotto Max, because that's the one that I know that's went. Ah, I turn on the ringer. Alright, let's scan this. Oh, better luck next time. Shocker. Let's scan the 649. Oh, better luck next time. Fuck me, right? Let's do the Daily Grand Lotto. That would be the best one. Ooh, $4. Why didn't the ringer play? Son of a bitch. Oh well. $4 on the one that I never really buy. So that's a keeper. We're gonna turn that into more. Like I said, this one I don't think has went yet. Yeah, results unavailable. So they can hang out on the sun visor. These 2 are gonna check at the store again, because normally that's what I do, is I will scan them on my phone and then I take them into the store and I use the store scanner just to be sure. Another Via just went by. I don't know if you can still see the snow kind of floating in the air. This song, I fucking hate. That band I fucking hate. They're from Kingston, so they're Canadian, but fuck, I can't stand them. They don't suck. I don't say that about bands. They don't suck, because they're good at what they do. They're just not for me. And that band is the Glorious Sons, but yeah, Via just went by, I missed it again. Whatever freight is supposed to be coming, because I'm assuming that's what a 302 is. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully I don't miss that, because then that would just piss me off. That's the problem with this spot, is there's no signals or anything indicating that something's on the way. Yes, I have the scanner, but you can only decipher so much. So I think I'm gonna head out of here, and it's still early. We might jump over to the Waterloo Regional Airport, because there's nothing going on down here. Even if there is a freight coming, I don't know how long that could be, and I don't really want to sit here for hours and hours and hours, you know. So I'd rather go and at least try to get... Fuck, I can't even talk. I'd rather at least go and try to get some footage at the Waterloo Regional Airport, and you know, just see what happens, even if we don't catch a plane, whatever. But it would be pretty cool to see one coming in, you know. Get the camera out with my zoom lens. I should set that up as well, because that would turn into a pretty wicked picture if it ended up being like the one that I seen last time. Fuck. It would be a pretty cool shot. So enough yapping, let's go and do this. Snow looks like a bunch of styrofoam blocks. It's just how cold it is out there. we're here at the airport. There's lots of little Cessnas flying around. I think there's one on the runway there. I don't think that's the runway. I think over there is the actual runway. But when I first arrived here and parked, a jet flew right over top of me and I missed it. Because as soon as I put it in park, I heard it and I was like, holy fuck, I'm looking through the sunroof and this, that. The next thing, I look out the window here and I see it off in the distance. I was going to grab the camera and film it, but it was just the rear end of it, and it was already a good distance up there. And it's hard to see through the screen where I'm actually pointed. So that shot that I just did of the Cessna up there, I don't even know if I got it in frame or not, because I can't see this screen when it's really bright outside. But I guess we'll sit here for a little bit longer and, I don't know, kind of wait. I'm looking off in the distance here, out above the cookie cutter neighborhood, because right around here somewhere is where that jet was coming in when I drove by, and I seen it up there. It was a big black dot in the sky. It was pretty cool. And I was going down this way, and when I got further ahead, looked in my rearview mirror and I seen it just come over the road here into the runway, or I guess I should point over there into the runway. And I just thought to myself that would be a wicked shot, but I just missed it. But on good news here, there's the temperature dropped a little bit, or went up a little bit. It's now minus 13 instead of minus 25. So that's good. But I'm just not seeing anything. Son of a bitch. Can't catch them all. Well, it kind of sucks. Nothing's happening here, so I think I'm gonna probably head out. Didn't really get much done today in this video. Didn't see any trains, haven't seen any planes, unfortunately. But I can't sit here all day. I got stuff I gotta do, and as usual. And it's pretty hard for me to just sit around and wait and do nothing. There's only so much scrolling on your phone you can do, so I gotta go. We'll probably come back to this spot sometime in the future. I would love to still get a shot of something coming into the runway. It would be nice. I thought to myself, though, you know, I was talking about busting out the camera so I could get some pictures, but if I were to be taking pictures, oh, there's a little plane there. If I were to be taking pictures, I don't know how I'd be manning the video camera. See, I have no idea if you can see that or not, because a white plane with a white background of overcast and clouds, and then trying to see through this screen is impossible in the daylight. Unless it's positioned like this, I can somewhat see myself. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. You know what to do. Maybe I'll throw some other footage in there that, you know, I've just feel like nobody has seen yet. So enjoy that. Alright, so last weekend was kind of a bust, if I'm being perfectly honest. We went to the Waterloo Regional Airport after hanging out here and not seeing anything. And really didn't see too much there either. One thing that hasn't changed though is it's still pretty cold out. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Dickies jacket again, which scared the fuck out of me. Which I don't normally wear all that often. I try to just keep it to the heated vest and my, you know, fleece sweater or whatever. Oh, look at that. Just came out of nowhere. I guess the scanner was trying to warn me. But yeah, it's still pretty cold out. Unlike last weekend where the car was reading minus 25, today it's minus 18. As you can tell, I got the heat on. But kind of just sitting here waiting to see what happens, hoping to catch more stuff. I do got some dash cam footage I want to share. I got to throw some in to reference some stuff from last weekend. And we'll see what happens. Oh, I also got lottery tickets to check too, since that's become such a tradition. So we'll get to that soon. Alright, we got the usual 3 again. I think it was last week I won on the Daily Grand. $4 or something. So I got these 3. Lotto Max, 649 and Daily Grand. I got a Lotterio in my pocket as well, but they don't go until tomorrow. So we got the ringer on. We're going to scan again. That one's a bust. That one's also a bust. Damn. 3 losers, son of a bitch. Oh well. That's how it goes. I don't know, do I have a gambling problem? I don't think so. I literally get these, what did I get? I got these last Sunday. That's been the only ones that I've gotten. Yeah, it's just kind of fun to throw into the video, I guess. What I want to show you on the dash cam is something that happened when I was leaving work yesterday. Didn't really have any involvement with me, other than well, I'll just tell you the whole story. I was going up Brant Ave in Brantford, the worst fucking road ever. And I seen this Ram pickup truck driving around, you know, being a dick as usual. I'm used to that now with guys in pickup trucks and all that. They're usually fucking dickheads. So I kind of just ignored him. And then he was in front of me. I don't really know what happened, but he ended up on one of the side streets, and then it looked like he was waiting for a break in traffic to pull out and turn around or whatever. And then he ends up pulling out in front of me. In a way, I wasn't too happy about it. And then we both get to a red light, and I see him waving his arms and this, that, and the next thing. And I thought to myself, well, there's no way that he could see me mouthing what I was, you know, saying under my breath or whatever. Whatever happened, I don't quite remember. We get to the light, and then he's acting all angry and this, that, the next thing. Then he gets out of his truck and goes to the car beside him, and he punches the window. And he's like, oh, what? Come on, you know, acting all big and tough and this, that, the next thing. And then he tries opening their door, and it was locked. So I think the light turned green, and that guy went, and then Buddy got back in his truck and started following him and driving like more of a dick and cutting people off and riding people's asses and this, that, the next thing, just being a complete tool. Just average pickup truck driver activities, you know. Some people might not like the fact that I, think that way, but it's true. I think it comes with buying a pickup truck. You have to watch an instructional video on how to be a dickhead. But yeah, I found that funny. Somewhat explain it just in case for some reason the footage isn't on the dash cam, which I hope it is. I hope it is. Because my dash cam is not like a modern fancy one where it's hooked up to my phone or anything. It's just an SD card. I pull the SD card out of it, and I have to bring it to the computer and plug it in that and see if there's anything on it. So yeah, it's on and recording and working right now, but there's no way for me to check right now. So even if I were to put the SD card in my camera, it wouldn't read it properly. Because when I got in my car accident there a couple years ago, I tried to do that, and I thought that I didn't have any footage of what happened, but I did. So yeah, anyways, that's just what happened. And then funny enough, after all that, there was a cop coming the opposite way of us. It would have been so funny if the cop seen Buddy out of his truck punching another guy's window and trying to open the door.
The Silver and Brown Show, 97.7 Hits FM.
Manual recording will now start.
Cash towards but when you see it enacted, and you see like people just desperately scooping ones in there, and then realize it just makes you think about more things than maybe you thought about in the pitch meeting. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's one of those. So, are we fucking enough? Yeah.
You search up the video.
I searched South Dakota, and it was it autocompleted to teacher's dash for cash.
It makes you feel very sad about the world.
It did.
As these teachers desperately are.
Oh, I hope I caught that.
Yes, it does.
Alright, well, there's nothing going on here. We're gonna head over to Paris Junction and have a look at some signals and see if there is gonna be anything going on. But fuck, I don't know what it is lately, but every time I've been coming out, there hasn't been no activity. It's driving me nuts. So, up there, well, I'm at Paris Junction. But up there at the crossing, there's nothing but red signals. Down here, I can't tell if the far left one can't tell if the far left one, sitting here at least, can't tell if it's green or not. I think the other two are red. And I can't just drive back there anymore to just turn around and see the signals, so I'm gonna have to get out. And I'm gonna have to walk up there and have a look. And it's fucking cold out. But we'll do it for the sake of the video. Crank the heat ahead of time. Oh, fuck. I guess it was green, because check this out. Buddy's standing in the road, for fuck's sakes. Aren't spontaneous actions just thrilling? That is something I haven't done before, and I didn't plan on doing that, but it just kind of came about, and I think it'll be good for the video. I don't suggest doing what I just did, but being that I'm on a side street that really doesn't have that much traffic, why not? You know, one time, you know, it ain't gonna hurt anybody. But I guess I didn't have to get out and check if that was a green signal, because my suspicions were right, and it was green. But I think we're gonna get out anyways, just for the fun of it. I don't know what fun it is. And see if there's any damage inflicted to this fence, because I've been curious about that. It's been up for a couple months now. Doesn't look like it, but never know all the way back there. So yeah, they don't plow up past here where I'm parked pretty much. They don't go up here, but they never really used to do that. I've had past videos where struggling to park back here. Good spot. I don't really know what my plan was for this because it's pretty cold out. You can hear that snow. If you know, you know. If the snow sounds like this, it's fucking cold out. Yeah, there's the old spot somewhere back there. Can't really see the screen. Oh, you see that? I almost just slipped. Holy fuck. I need to do that again. I can't tell. Snow's too deep to walk in. From here it looks like the far left signal, the middle one, is green. I can't tell though. But we're gonna hang out and find out. Yeah, I think I am going to head back to the car because I'm freezing out here. Alright, another thing before I get back in the car. Oh, I can't even talk. So white that I should change the color on my ownership. All this fucking salt, my god, I almost just fell again. Fucking ice. We're gonna take it for a wash today, even though it's freezing out. Oh my god, I gotta get back in the car. Fuck me. Holy fuck. It's ridiculous out there. Man, I thought I could handle it. I was wrong. If you're calling me a wimp, you can fuck right off. I don't do well in this stuff. Oh, well, I did it again. It's kind of fun. The only problem is that right here, it's at the intersection for the dump and the back road I go down. The only problem That fucking thing right there. Now, I don't want to be completely giving the finger to all sorts of traffic laws, but that kind of fucks me out. Because I don't want to just straight up run it, you know. It's very illegal. It doesn't matter if it's a back road or not. So I kind of yielded. Made sure nobody was there. If there was... Man. If there was people around, a bunch of traffic, I wouldn't do this. But since there's nobody around, like, look, this is what's in front of me. Just have a look. This is it. This is Railway Lane. Pretty busy, right? So I'm just going straight down. And then I get to the, wherever it is, the stop sign there. And I kind of just look and make sure nobody's there. Slow down, stop, and keep going. But, you know, initially when I first start to try to pace the train, it's going a lot faster than I originally thought or think. I get up to around over 50 kilometers an hour. They're doing miles an hour. I can't do the conversion. I think 50 in miles is 50 kilometers an hour is 30 miles an hour, I think. I don't quite remember. My car has a little thing here right off to the side. It's got this button here where you can change it from miles to kilometers an hour, but when I hit it, it doesn't do anything. So I'm thinking you might have to hold down on it, but I don't want to go changing things, so whatever. Anyways, that's fun. I don't think there's any more green signals. I'll hang around for a bit longer and see what happens. Just got out to check the signals. I see that. Just a old style lock. It's pretty cool. CNR. Obviously it's not old. It's pretty new looking, but it's an old style lock, so figured I'd share that. It's pretty cool. Now that I'm not freezing my ass off. Yeah. Car's a mess. Every year I'm battling with rust right here, and it just does not seem to want to go away. Same with this side. We're gonna get her washed up today. Had enough of looking at it. Even the antenna is changing colors. We also have to get gas, so that's why I'm kind of sitting here running the car, because I know that I got to get gas anyways. So if it wasn't freezing cold out, I wouldn't have the car just running, but I can't help it because I shut the car off. And within minutes, you start to feel the cold creeping back in. And I work with a guy who lives in the back of his truck, like full time. It's insulated and it's a fiberglass cover or whatever. It's got propane heater and whatnot. But I think to myself, must have a lot of extra money because he's not having to pay rent anywhere. But I couldn't It's got its downsides and it's got its upsides. You know, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I like to have lots of space. I got a lot of things that I like, and I like having running water. I like having a toilet that can flush. I like having a shower. I can't go without that. So I don't know why I'm even on this topic. It's incredible how I can change topics just like that. But yeah, you can feel the cold start creeping in as soon as I turn the car off, so that's why I don't bother. Just let it run. I feel like starting and stopping constantly is not good for it anyways, so whatever. Alright, well that about does it. It's gotten quiet down here. Nothing's happening. No chatter on the radio. So I think I'm going to head out. We're going to go and get gas and go to the car wash, get the car cleaned up, and probably end this thing off. Total 44.44. Not bad. Maybe that's why pickup truck drivers are so angry all the time, is because it costs them a fortune to fill their tank. Better. A lot better than being covered in soap. Well, car's all clean for now until I start driving down the highway again. It won't last long, but at least that layer of salt is off of it. I got out of the truck bay in time. If I can zoom in, right as I pulled out, they were pulling in. Now it shouldn't matter. I'm using it and paying for my time in there, so it really shouldn't matter, but I'm also a little car in the truck bay, so I feel like when trucks do come, or bigger vehicles, and they can't use it because I'm in there, it might cause a problem. But I also have a 6-foot antenna on the roof, which, yeah, it can tilt over, and I did try to tilt it over and use one of the regular car bays before I started washing the car, but it's all the salt and everything got inside, so it didn't want to tilt. So I said, fuck it, use the car or the truck bay. The one time I was in there, the owner or whoever walked by and he was looking and all that, and then he came and talked to me. He thought my antenna was something that fell off the roof or the ceiling inside the bay, and he's like, oh, I was wondering why you were in here. I was like, yeah, I got a big antenna. So anyways, got it done. Gonna go drive down the highway and get it dirty again, and carry on. I think that'll wrap it up for today. I had a little bit of fun there. The first half I know was pretty boring. I didn't really want to put out anything that didn't really involve any trains or nothing, and just was me talking. So we avoided that, thankfully, but you know what to do.